Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is coffee talk time with Jill Allen. I am the owner of an orthodontic consulting firm that focuses primarily on startups and doctors and team members who've been in a practice 8 years or less. Today, we have got a touchy subject that we're going to be talking about, and that is what to do with a bad review. Now, let me tell you, if you have been in practice a little bit or a long time, at some point in your career, you are going to have a bad review. It's going to happen. It's just part of life. But what we have to do is really understand, how do we manage bad reviews when they do come in? So today we're going to talk about what I kind of consider to be two different types of reviews that I'm seeing. The first one is a review where you have a patient come into your practice and they have maybe a lackluster experience. They don't have what they perceive to be a 5-star review experience in your practice. And unfortunately, they feel that the best way for them to express their feelings is to go out onto one of your social media mediums and let other people know about their experience. This is a really tough thing to have to deal with in a business. And I will tell you, in any business we see this. It doesn't matter if it's the police departments or the local coffee shop or the grocery store. People will be giving reviews on any business, so don't take it personal that it's just your business. But if you get one of those reviews, you get one of those less than ideal reviews, what I want you to do is I want you to take a few minutes, and no more than 24 hours, but I do not want you to respond in haste. I want you to take some time and just really think about what was the patient's issue and why did they feel the need to put this review up. So before you respond, I want you to give it no more than 24 hours, but I also don't want an immediate response. I don't want you responding with emotion. I want you to be responding with your head. So take some time, think about what you want to say, and then I'm going to ask that you respond back to the patient with empathy. I want you to apologize if there's something to apologize for, and I want you to, just put it out there that you if you can, you'd like the opportunity to make it better. From there, all other correspondence needs to stay off of the internet. So if you want to follow up additionally with this patient or this, whoever it was, via text, via email, via phone call, that is totally fine. And I would hope that, maybe you are able to rectify the situation. Maybe you're able to get to a point where they would feel comfortable taking down that review. But sometimes it's just not going to happen, and we're just going to have that little black mark on our social media. But here's what I say about that. If you look anywhere out, if you are a consumer that is reviewing any type of product, we're going to expect that there will be little blips in the in their reviews, right? That's what makes them human. So even though it hurts and even though it makes us not feel great, I want you to know that if you get a negative review, it's not going to sink your practice. I've been doing this for a long time, and negative reviews here and there are not going to be the thing that makes you successful or not successful. But what I want you to do is your goal should be to bury that review. So this is where we call on friends and family, and we reach out to the mavens in our practice and our influencers in the practice and really ask them to help us out and get some reviews to kind of bury that, to get our rating back up again. And then the last thing I want you to do is I want you to take some time, and we always have to self-reflect and really with ourselves and with our team and say, okay, what was it that caused this patient to give this review, and what can I do as a doctor? What can my team do as a team to make sure that this doesn't happen again? Because really, maybe there's something going on that we don't realize. Maybe there is, we're so busy, we're so used to the way we do work, maybe we really are not taking the time to see it through a customer's eyes. So I would encourage you, if you have a pinch point like a bad review, to take some time. It's a good thing to go over in your team meetings and just say, okay, how can we do this better? Take ownership of that review, because I promise you, it's very, very unlikely that you just got one of those internet trolls that really was never in your practice and never had anything. Not to say that they aren't out there, because they are, and it does happen, but more than likely there's something that we can do in our orthodontic office to improve, to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Now, this next piece I want to talk about is something that is, I think, very new and really coming in, and that is bad reviews that have to do with COVID. And, we weren't talking about this in March, we weren't talking about this in April or May, but it's coming up now in June and July. And I think that this is a touchy subject, and it is hard because we all have different views on what we should be doing with our personal lives outside of our business lives. But I am hearing from different offices, different doctors, different consultants, that there is some social shaming and even some social review, negative reviews going up because of the social media posts that are going up due to COVID. And so let me give you an example. Maybe you're a doctor and you're doing your great D-band days, and you've got these, just awesome days, awesome patients in there, and you guys happen to snap a picture where maybe the whole time the patient was in your office, you had your masks on, you were following your protocols for good, good safety, but that one moment is caught on caught on tape, caught in that picture where you've got your mask lower than it should be, or maybe your mask isn't on, and in the picture it looks like you're closer than 6 feet. Maybe you're hugging, maybe you're this. Maybe it was just 1 second, 2 seconds that got caught on a film, but that goes up on your social media post, and now you've got customers and consumers and different people out there that are going, oh, look at them, they don't practice good safety, and now all of a sudden, for a 1 second snapshot, your practice is now getting negative reviews or negative vibes, or is being perceived as something that it's not. And doctors and teams, I just cannot tell you how important it is that you pay attention to this. And I'm going to take it even one step further and say I would really even consider social, maybe a social contract with your team. Maybe at this point right now we consider whether our teams are friending our practices or not, because unfortunately there's a lot of judgy Judies out there that will see your practice post and then they go and look at your team member. Oh, I liked Alyssa, she was so awesome, and let me look at her Facebook, and oh my gosh, she's having this party with all these people, and she doesn't know if Alyssa could just have a really big family, but we don't know that. And so I want you to really think about that too. Maybe now is the time that we don't have our team members liking our practice pages socially. Maybe we can't tell our team members what to do. It is their prerogative, but I would be having a real heart-to-heart with my teams and just letting them know that you are an extension of me, and our practice is our livelihood. And if people perceive our practice to not be safe in anything that you're doing in your personal life or anything that we're doing in the office, it could mean the difference between a successful practice and not. So something to chew on, something to think about over your cup of coffee today. Next week, we are going to be talking about the topic of when is a good time to hire. I had a great question come in from one of my offices. So next week, when is a good time to hire in a small practice? That's what we're going to be talking about. Please leave some questions for me. Leave if you have a topic you want me to talk about, please leave that in the comments below. And just remember, I am here for you. My team is here for you. We always do free consultations, and I love to talk to new doctors, new team members, and see what we can do to help you out. We offer a la carte and full service products. So have a great day. Happy Thursday. Happy Coffee Talk. See you next week.